Okay, y'all, we are back. And when I say we, I'm talking about myself, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I just want to give all praise and glory to God right away for giving me the strength, the will, and the desire, y'all, because it is not my own. And let me tell you that right now, because Brianna would be asleep still right now, okay? So I finished my workout. I did several laps, went to the gym, lifted some weights, had a really interesting encounter with one of the ladies that was at the gym also. And you're gonna have to catch my shorts and my anyways. So y'all, I appreciate you bearing with me through the journey that this is gonna be, because when I say that I do not know how to make a podcast and I do not know how to edit videos, like, you will see my progress as we go. But we're on this journey together, okay? And a part of the reason why I feel like this is divine timing is because I initially was not going to even start my podcast until I felt that I was elevated and that I was in a place where I could be inspiring and the perfect picture of, the same way that most people are doing it these days. Like, they reach the peak version of themselves and then they show us the lapse of the transformation. Well, God wanted me to be here with you step by step. And I'm going to just go ahead and say right now, excuse the cleavage, okay? I got a lot to work with, and that's my asset, and that's what I usually, But we're going to talk about that too, okay? We're going to talk about that too. But it ain't even like that, y'all. So anyways, today, this podcast is going to be my own personal interpretation for starters. So we don't have any miscommunications, like all good vibes here. Is what my idea of self-love, self-care, and how it got me to my journey of celibacy. So I have all of my beauty products laid out right here so that you guys could see how I do my updo, how I get into that mood of being her. Most days I wake up pretty high energy. Some days I'm really low energy. You might see me on some of those days, you might not, okay? But today I'm feeling pretty good. I have these wipes. I'm not gonna be like going into brand names and all that of every single item I use. Like, get in where you fit in. Find some wipes. It could be a baby wipe, okay? These ones are specifically makeup removing wipes, and they have like more beneficial things for your skin type. I pretty much experiment personally because I haven't done all the research to see, like, is coconut butter better? Is cucumber better? Is apricot better? Like, to me, they're all natural. They're all good. They all sound great in my skin. Probably is gonna like them all, okay? So I have a little bit of residue. I did take a shower after I worked out. They say don't sleep with makeup on, but I do. Not every day, but I ain't gonna lie. I do it from time to time. So this is just me wiping off everything so we can start with a fresh canvas, y'all. But if you notice, I don't know if it's the lighting or not, but I personally feel like once I start wiping my face, I see like the layer of gray go away. Like, and I start actually having more color. It's like you have a dusty table that you haven't used in a while and you're just like, let me wipe it off, and then all of a sudden it's just clear and perfect and you can see all the way to the other side. But anyways, I kind of just do like a thorough cleanse. They say, whoever they is, to go with your skin. Like, don't just, do that. Like I never do that. Like sometimes I'll go like this in small circles, like to clean my pores, but I don't ever just discombobulate and deportion my entire face. Like, no, I don't do that. I like to have relaxed, smooth skin. And so I just feel like doing all this is just gonna make me look crazy, okay? So I kind of like go along with my eye shape. Your skin goes up like clean smile. So I'll go like this. And you might feel little parts of your face like adjusting as you do things. Like I just felt a bump right here. So to me that means I gotta elongate my neck. And this is like the beginning of my self-love, self-care routine, guys. I definitely, hygiene, we're not going to go into hygiene. Everybody, you know how to be hygienic, okay? So we're starting after the hygiene. And this is just like extra steps to show myself appreciation. Like, I didn't have to buy these wipes. Like, I didn't have to spend that extra money, but why not? I think that I like to pamper myself, and it's kind of like going to a spa in a way. And if I do it for myself, then I'll just feel better about the day. Like I just had a fresh spa treatment, and like that's just the energy it gives me. So that's why I do it. These were $1, guys. This whole pack, 25 towelettes. I don't even use one every day because, like I said, this is a journey. Like, I'm pretty sure if I was doing it every day, I'd need $2 worth of packs a month. Okay, like, get it together. It's not like we're balling out of control or anything. So, sorry. This is a hair piece. We're gonna have tons and tons of time together, y'all. So we'll do like the whole install and all that another time. But we are gonna style it at the end of this hairdo day. But anyways, so I start with that wipey, and then I do have like a little pimple right here. It's I said a little pimple, y'all. I really don't have bad acne. I do notice that when I eat an excessive amount of like sugary, chocolatey, yeah, everybody says the rumors, they're true. My face breaks out. But this is what I'm working with right now. All this discoloration, I don't know if you could tell. Those are like a lifetime of my acne. Like I've never really had bad skin problems. And if I do, it always ends up right here or right here on my cheeks. But I do tend to those discolorations as well. Like they used to be a lot worse. So right now they're pretty good. I have this detachable, rechargeable, battery-free portable lights. Let the light shine through so that we can get everything nice and pretty clear for us. All right, guys. Okay. Woo. So I just kind of am gonna alcohol everything, just for the simple fact that I just used the whole cotton ball. Granted, some might say I probably should have done the alcohol before I did the wipe, but I kind of had makeup and dirt and stuff that I didn't want to, like, I want the alcohol to soak into my pores, so that is the reason for that. So, and as you see, like, I'm not going to keep re-explaining it, but I'm going to be, like, going with the pattern of my skin most of the time. Like, your skin is a canvas. It's alive. Just like the living word of God. It's alive. It's moving. It's doing things in you. And so, okay, that brings me to the point that I wanted to elaborate on. Ebony sanctified. Yes, I am black. I am ebony skin toned. Sanctified because I feel as though God is the one guiding my steps at this point in my life. I am born again, saved Christian, and I was not raised in the church, y'all. Like, I don't even think I even heard about God until I had to be at least middle school, okay? And my grandmother was Jehovah's Witness. So I was going to the Kingdom Hall for Bible studies, for service, for like that's where I spent my free time, was at the Kingdom Hall with my grandmother, who by the way was legally blind, and I'm pretty sure I was just her escort, like because my dad didn't want to do it. So throughout my entire childhood, like I had a general sense of faith. Like I definitely believed in God always. But there was a time where I just was like disconnected, I guess, like not even thinking about like my, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I wasn't thinking about where I was going when I died. That's basically what it was. Now I am. I'm 31 years old now. I know you would never be able to tell. I should have kept that a secret. Just kidding. Anyways, he's been working in me, y'all. So most of my life, I didn't even go to church. I just got baptized for the first time, May 19th, 2024, at CFC Christian Family Church here in San Antonio. Love that church. Love the pastors. Love the first lady. Like, that place was recommended to me by one of my friends, who is also a ebony woman, and that was one of my discontents, was having a church that I didn't feel like an outcast in. And so her being black was enough for me to take her recommendation and go. And aside from that, it was literally right in my neighborhood. So, and as someone who does not currently have a vehicle, that's what I needed, was a place that I could go and walk to. So God put me in position to be able to get there without any excuses. And so that's what I did. And I loved it, and I just kept coming over me to be baptized. And so in May, I got baptized. Now, I did not pretty much stop doing anything that I was doing at the time. Like, I felt like being baptized meant, like, I'm good now. Like, we finna turn up, y'all. Like, we good. Like, God got me. So this is just like a bloop bloop. Elf Holy Hydration. Daily moisturize. Always moisturize. Every day. See, I try, like, even days I don't do makeup. This is where you win. Drink lots and lots and lots of water. Yeah, the rumors were true, guys. Drink water. I'm not talking about putting what do they call it? Simply Light or Crystal Light into your water. Just drink the water. Like, I love me some water. I'm not even being dramatic when I say that. Like, I love water. Like, it's so good to me. Like, new waters, different waters, like just plain regular cold water. Woo! It does something for me. I know everybody's not like that. Woo, God help you, because as much water as I drink, like, I think that has a high amount to do with how clear my skin is. Like, I'm just saying. Let's be real. I ain't drinking a gallon a day, but I'm getting pretty close. And anyways, I have a few friends that I've met. I'm not from San Antonio. I'm from California. And over the course of the years that I've been here, I've met different people in different circumstances. And one of the girls, she invited me to go to her church, which was a little bit further up the road, and it's called Celibacy. I know, they're real similar. I know, it's so funny. I was like, what is going on? But anyways, Community Bible Church. Love it there. Love the pastor. Really high energy. I did not completely switch over churches until actually a week ago. And I just feel like something about the pastors there, you guys, just the energy, the vibe. Maybe it's just like, I don't know, like it gets me excited about serving the Lord, which I have never felt that before. Maybe that's coming from God. Maybe that's coming from the church. I don't know, but I am feeling it, and it is doing things. So that's how we got the motivation, the courage, the inspiration, and the guidance to do the podcast now and be like, we're still a work in progress. So let's start here so that y'all can actually see God work. Like, yeah, I could tell you what he's did. I can tell you my testimony, which you will hear, you know, the backstory more and more. But what better example than to show you, like, in live time what he's doing in my life. Like, I have a lot of friends that don't necessarily have as strong a faith as I have, and I always felt as though I had a really strong faith. Like, I always prayed, and I always, like, believed everything happened for a reason. I always felt like I was on divine time, and I never, like, questioned what it is that I was doing. Like, I didn't feel like, oh my God, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I never had that. Like, if anything, I'm probably getting closer to having those type of feelings now, but in an excited way. And so I've always had faith on the back burner, I guess is the good way to put it. Sorry, I need to adjust my mirrors so I can actually put some makeup on. So after I moisturize, you kind of just gotta let it soak in. I have an actual event to go to this evening, so we're gonna go whoop, 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 full glam for the whole day. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you like, how are we gonna do that? All day makeup? It never would work. When I say I got baptized in a full face, y'all, I did extra freckles, and like, I was putting on a show for my Lord. Like, I was on. Everybody told me, oh, that's gonna come off. Oh, that's gonna come off as soon as you get out the water. Did I show them? No, it did not come off. I was still literally set in place after getting fully submerged in the water, because I use face primer. It's usually like clear, sometimes it's like a little tint of white, and it just basically is like a top coat, because I already moisturized, I already cleaned my face. So now this primer is just like some stuff I got at CVS, like the cheapest version I could find. Literally, I bought the cheapest version I could find. And actually, this is not from CVS, I lied. I went to a blowout makeup sale. So next time y'all see the advertisement for that, go ahead and lock in, because they be having some good deals. But I put it on my lips too, because it works with lipstick too, y'all. Everything. Every makeup you're going to put, this is basically like the glue. Protector glue. So not only are you protecting your pores and your skin from getting all that stuff sucked into it, you're putting glue so that all your makeup stays there. I like rubbing it in too much in certain areas. I need more. But usually, like, my first little daub is enough to do my whole face. But, you know, you guys are making me kind of nervous. Just kidding. So, one of the things that really motivates me is I like to have a playlist, a worship music playlist. And I am slowly but surely becoming a more eclectic music, more eclectic in my music taste or whatever. And I love rap, y'all. I love hip hop, but I also love the Lord. And I found a genre. Most people haven't heard of it when I bring it up. I call it Christian rap, gospel rap. That's what I call it. Right now, NF, y'all. Like, NF, y'all. I'm just gonna go ahead and give him the credit. Like, if I had never heard NF's music, like, I don't even think my whole perspective would have, like, shifted at all. Like, there's things that he says in some of the songs, like, even his older albums, like, y'all, music is magical. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, that's when I really started becoming a fan of music, like, in my adult ages. Sounds crazy, I know. It is what it is, but NF, y'all, I'm trying to put you on right now. Just everything. Just listen to everything he has. and your life will be like so changed. If you had one of those troubled lives. If you had a perfect life, you're good. Sorry, I need to clean this mirror because it's kind of smudgy. But I have that playing in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't really know what the rules of like streaming and having music playing and not giving credit to the artist and all that stuff. So I have it really, really low. Hopefully I'm not going to get fined or something or deleted or whatever. But anyways, I'm trying to decide what am I going to do. I think we'll just start like just like a natural beauty look. And then I'll like start glamming it up for y'all. So you want to let your primer sit and dry. So I know I don't need makeup, y'all. Like, I know I'm a very beautiful woman. Like, I shine and I glow, and it comes from within. It definitely comes from within. And there was a long time where, you know, I've always been beautiful. I've always pretty much looked like this. Granted, I am a plus-size woman. I always had, like, a face. But I didn't have a glow. Like, you cannot look at me right now and tell me that I am not glowing. It's a glow. And that glow comes from within. And my point being that, you know, God changed me. Like, I was beautiful, and I was cold, and I was hard and aggressive and mean and unapproachable. Now I'm still unapproachable, but only to certain energies. If you have good energy, good vibes, I'm very approachable. But if you're coming with negative energy and you're coming in with lust and you're coming in with like temptation, like, no, it's not gonna resonate. I get so much like from just being in the presence of the Lord that there's nothing really that anybody could offer me at this point that is even interesting to me at all. Like, someone talking about God is what's interesting to me. And that don't even happen all that often. It's actually really sad. And it's also like a part of why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's like, why are we not speaking about our Lord and Savior? Like, why are we not like engaging in conversation and talking him up like all the time? Like, forget the stars, forget the shows and the, you know, whatever happened on the news. Like, bro, like, did you see the clouds today? Like, did you guys see the moon last night? Like, I'm getting goosebumps. Like, I love the Lord, y'all, like, so much to where I'm unmoved by any natural disaster or tragic event that happens, like, spiritually. Like, I'm like, damn, you know, like, it's God's will. Like, not to say that I'm like, I would help in any way, and I'm willing to give any type of, like, anything. Like, I'll do it. But it doesn't change my attitude about it. Like, I'm still, like, gonna show up to the disaster smiling like, hey, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm here to help. Like, bless your heart. Like, let's get it together. Like, we're still living. We're still moving. Like, there's souls that need saving. Like, that's where I'm at. Okay? So, anyways, I usually start with my eyebrows. I have this eyebrow gel, and you brush them up just because, you know, you gotta shape your face. Like, this is a canvas. Like, when y'all see, because it's like, how can you be more beautiful than this? You gonna see. I'm just kidding. But anyways, people always tell me, like, when I have my makeup fully done, like, oh my God, you should make tutorials. You should do podcasts. So here it is, y'all. And I swear to God, y'all better follow me. Like, I'm going to be looking. I'm going to be checking for them follows. Like, I know you ain't just gassing me up for nothing. Like, we trying to make some money. I'm just kidding. I love saying that. My eye's looking kind of red right now, which means that there's something in it. So Q-tips here somewhere. I usually use them to clean up the makeup at the end, but I'm going to use it to get whatever's in my eye out, because my eye's not bothering me, but the redness is happening because there's something irritating it. That's like a part of being self-aware, having some self-care. Like, you notice little things that are going on with your body. Like, I just started this, you guys. Like, so I'm not trying to sound like I have reached the epitome of, like, excellence. Like, I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm still learning stuff, and things are still being, like, presented to me. But there's a lot of stuff that I already knew, too. But I definitely have been paying very, very close attention to my body, to my skin, to like my moods, and like really focusing within. Like, we're always like, oh, what time is it? What's this? Like, on days like where I mean, even days where I work, I set timers, guys. I don't have the most like strenuous schedule or like this and this and that to do. Like, it's pretty much just me at this point. Like, it's working on me. Like, that's my schedule. Go to work, pay bills, work on me. And a part of working on me is getting closer to God. But as I've been working on me, I'm thinking, oh, like, I'm just gonna get cute every day. And that's how I started. Like, I'm just gonna do my makeup. I'm just gonna dress up and just look good every day. Like, yeah, but then people are like, oh, you look so pretty. Oh, you look so good. And it's like, yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah. Like, and I don't feel pretty. Like, I don't feel good. You know what I mean? So I had to figure out what's going on. And so I started doing my studies and drawing closer to God. And as I started to feel different on the inside, like, I'm like, I just feel so good. Like, I wouldn't even have any makeup on, and people were like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty, oh, your eyes, or your skin, or like things that I didn't do anything about. Like, people were complimenting me, and I'm like, what? Like, this is interesting. Like, I always feel like I gotta be dressed up and have on makeup for people to give me compliments. Like, I really wasn't accepting the compliments, like, as being genuine. But then the more and more and more compliments, it's just like, I work at a gas station. Like, it ain't even a secret. Like, I work at a gas station. And so I see people all day. And everybody's always, you know? And so I'm not being cocky. I'm not being, like, vain or anything. Like, if anything, it's kind of exhausting. Like, having to tell people, like, oh, my God, thank you all the time. Like, I sometimes just don't get dressed up just because I don't feel like being, like, you know, like, fame is not the life for me. Like, I'm gonna just let you know, like, and if it happens, please, y'all, please keep your distance, because God is still working on me, and I get drained very easily, like, by other people. Like, I'm not a social person. I take that back. I'm a social person. I'm not a party person. Like, I'm not. We're gonna touch on that later, because I don't even have the answer for my own self sometimes. But anyways, I don't get dressed up for other people. I get dressed up for myself at this point. Like, I already know I'm beautiful. God made me beautiful. He made me in his image, and he is a beautiful being. Like, it's one on one. Like, I see beauty in everyone and everything. Like, I just looking out my window right now, it's just like, my heart is just screaming, like, joy. Like, it is the most crazy feeling. I don't even want to, like, give comparison to any negative feelings, just because it's like, why? But anyways, so my primer's dry and my eyebrows are dry. You kind of gotta let this stuff sit and get, like, it's not hard. Like, if you touch your eyebrows, they're still soft. My eyebrows are still soft, and I could feel, like, a little, like, you know, they're supposed to be gel set, but the whole point is, like, you know, so now I can do my makeup and my eyebrows aren't gonna get all the way flipped up because they're set. I sometimes switch between using a brush for my eyebrows and, like, a powder or pencil. Yesterday I did the pencil and it came out so cute. So I think today I'm gonna do that again. Just because we going to the Lord's house, y'all, today. We gonna have to represent. And so I'm just gonna put like extreme effort into my look today, just because I want to look good, like, for my Lord. Like, I want to look good. Like, my husband might be at the church today, y'all. Like, who knows? Not that I'm doing it for anybody else, y'all. I'm doing it for me, okay? So I have this mirror, and I'm going to try and do it while you guys can see. But basically, you want to start here. The very edge of your eye. And you're going to draw a line here, stop, and then you kind of go to the edge of the end. Do that at the bottom and at the top. So I'm going to do it. Y'all just go watch. Depending on how bold you are, like, you can make your eyebrow thinner or thicker, like, you know. I just kind of try and go with the same exact size of my eyebrow at the time. So right now I'm just listening to some gospel, rap, and worship music in the background, like. So at times, if I get quiet, I'm just vibing, you know. So, and then you want to close it in. Like, you're more than welcome to change the entire shape of your eyebrow if that's what you please. Like, I just personally try and enhance my beauty, not manipulate it. You know what I mean? There is a difference, y'all. You can manipulate your beauty or you can enhance it. Today we're just enhancing, okay? I'll give you examples after we enhance. I'll tell you an example of what you could do to manipulate. I'm just kidding. I know y'all seen it, like the foundations, the highlights, the dark spots, the greens, and like all of that stuff is manipulation. I know it sounds bad. It sounds harsh. I ain't saying I never did it before. I'm just saying, call it like I see it. You don't look like that. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to cuss. You're the daughter of a king. You're the father of a king. So now I'm just going inside and filling it in, you know. What's understood don't have to be explained. This is not a makeup tutorial. This is a inspiring autobiography podcast about my path to righteousness. Hey, we're gonna work on that. Anyways, and then this is like, it's kind of creativity too. Like, I enjoy beauty. I enjoy art. I enjoy, like, doing this. Like, if you're someone who's just, like, gonna resent doing all these things, like, that's not the self-love for you. Like, there's something else you should be doing. Like, maybe just do the skincare part, and then maybe just go get yourself a massage or get yourself some lotion and rub your own feet. Like, rub your own hands. Like, if you ever massage your own palm, like, oh my God, like, it feels so good, guys. Like, come on now. There's little things like that you could just do just to make yourself feel good. Like, feeling good doesn't have to be liquor, sex, drugs. Like, yeah, we all been there, but there's more to life than that. Like, it's just I feel kind of grief for myself at times because I wasted so many years of my life. Like, I am 31 years old and I'm barely walking a straight path. Like, there may have been times where I was like 1 foot on, 1 foot off, thinking I was really going somewhere, but I really was just standing still, y'all. Like, and I'm just like, if I had been doing all these things this whole time, like, you know how many lives I could have changed, you know? And it hurts my heart to know that I let my father down. Like, that God had so much hope and so much faith in me, but here I am just, you know, like, and it makes me really, like, want to get on my knees and thank him for just having so much grace over my life right now. Like, thank you for finally, like, letting me be here with you and just, like, see things clearly. Like, and I can't have more gratitude for that. Like, y'all, like, sometimes it just literally, like, stops me in my tracks. Like, right now, I'm just, like, I put everything down. Like, my hands are empty, like, and I'm just sitting here just, like, talking to God in my head, like, I'm sorry, like, for spending all those years just wasting time. Like, yeah, they say you only get one life, but after you done wasted 15 years of that one life, you're like, damn, like, this next 15 years is gonna have to be so good that I can, like, kind of pick up the slack from all the years I wasn't really doing nothing. Like, maybe I thought I was doing something, but I wasn't doing it for the Lord. You know what I mean? Not that I could ever earn my way into heaven or, like, out good deed myself from all my bad deeds. Like, that's not even what I mean at all. I just mean, like, I personally just feel convicted and, like, I feel sorrow. Like, I feel regret for just letting him down. You know what I mean? Like, when you eat that extra piece of cake and you're just stuffing your face with sugar and junk, like, you're like, like, damn, Brie, like, why you do that to yourself? Like, I feel like that towards my Father in heaven. Like, I feel like, why did I treat you like that? Like, you've been solid this whole time. Like, you didn't been carrying me through things and showing me things and putting me back on the path so many times, and I still just kept, like, I'm trying not to cuss. And there's so many words I use that are, like, cuss words. Like, I just praise him, y'all. I praise him. Whew. I just had to reflect for a second right there. Like, I'm not ready to go full in share with y'all. But as God opens up my heart more and more, you will eventually know what it is that I have going on in here. And what it is I've actually overcome. Like, we've all had our ups and downs. But I'm sanctified, y'all. Like, I am sanctified by the Holy Spirit, and I know that my testimony, it needs to be heard. Like, my path, I tried so hard to leave behind and to walk away from and just, like, pretend like it never happened. But as God works inside me more, I'm like, people need to know. Like, people need to know how far gone I really was. Like, how far I really came. Like, it's not even a game, y'all. And at the same time, it's really scary. Like, any day could be our last day. It could be mine. It could be yours. Like, it could be all our last day. Today, tomorrow. Like, if we just... like, it pains me to know, like, that there's people out there who still are like, I don't know, I don't believe in God. Like, what? Like, I can't say that it's, like, disgusting, But at the same time, it's like I have so much anguish in my heart that I'm just like, how could you, like, that's like saying that I'm not standing here talking to you right now. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm sorry. I don't have the words for what it is I'm trying to explain right now, but I feel like those of y'all that believe are going to understand, and those of you that don't are not going to understand where it is I'm coming from. And I'm not trying to make you feel less or like, I'm not. If anything, like, I'm just searching for the words that I need to give you, to explain to you, like, how crazy it is to just not even, like, I'm not saying you have to feel what I feel and to have a relationship the way I do right now, but just to at least start at the ground level of, I believe in God. Like, I believe I was created by a higher power. I believe that Jesus died on the cross so that I could be forgiven. Like, let's just start there. Like, I need y'all to talk to me and work with me and tell me what it is that's stopping you from getting to that base ground level, just so I could, like God does, meet you where you're at. Like, let me meet you where you're at in your perspective so that I can look through my life experience and look through my own personal testimony and find a place that I can relate to where you are, so that maybe my story can help you. So feel free, you guys, to comment. Like, please be like gentle with me. Like, I'm not trying to attack y'all, so please don't attack me, because that will make me angry, and y'all wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Okay, I'm just kidding. I had to pull the Hulk on y'all. All right, we're gonna do mascara. This is exciting, y'all. Like, we're gonna go so far. And I wanted to be on the record to be like, hey, I said that years ago when I first started podcasting. You could go back and look. I got live video footage on record of my own voice speaking these words. Okay, so that's where we're at with it. But I'm just excited. Like, my mind starts like just like, woo, 0 to 100, thinking about all the possibilities. And I'm just like, come back down to right now, girl. Like, God is making these steps, not you. Like, you planning out your whole future and you don't even know where you're going right now. Okay, so calm down. Lost souls at a crossroad, money coming in large loads. That's all we know. So, as I have been going to this new church, I think I went to one sermon. He was talking about woke versus wokeism in his trending sermon. Like, he does, like, anyways. And sorry, my church vocabulary is not A1, y'all, because like I said, I did not grow up in the church. Like, I did not grow up in the Christian religion. Like, I spent many years studying Hebrew Israelite lifestyle and working that path, and this is all very new to me, and it's a little scary because we all want to believe that our faith is the one faith that's gonna get us into heaven, and we just try and like distance ourselves from other people's beliefs and things like that. And I'm not like that. Like, I have gotten to where I am from being in situations that I was meant to experience. Like, I maybe would never have found God again if I didn't spend the time with the Hebrews. Like, if I didn't actually encounter those people putting so much time and so much devotion into their belief, and they're so sure of what they're saying to be the truth, even when it bothers and offends other people. Like, I needed to see that, because to me, Christians didn't have that. Like, they were so nice and they were so kind and they were so open, and Hebrews are kind of the opposite. Like, they're very closed off. They're very straight to the point, very aggressive, very like, this is it. And either get with it or get gone. Like, ain't no other way. And that's how I was raised. Like, my dad was I was raised by a single father for most of my life. And then the other part of my life, I spent in the foster care system. Like, that's a little bit of my testimony. We're not going to go far into it, but I needed that hardcore, like, either you gonna do what's right or you're gonna go to hell, period. Like, ain't no in between. You in the in between right now, so pick a side. And then I can't say that I was betrayed by the Hebrews, because I mean, Judah betrayed whoever he betrayed. Sorry, I don't remember the whole Bible, but we'll come back to that story later, or maybe y'all could tell me about it. But I needed something emotionally and situationally from one of the brothers, the brother that had brought me into the belief, and when he literally dismissed me for his brother and took his brother's word over my word, I was like, I've been rocking with you for years. I have never did you wrong. I've never lied. I've never misconstrued anything. So why is this situation something that you're questioning me on? Like, and I felt so disrespected. I was like, I just felt like their respect for women did not meet up to the respect that I have for myself as a woman, you know what I mean? And as a woman in God, like, I don't feel as though I'm supposed to be feeling as though I'm less of. Like, yes, I feel and I know that my man is the head of the house. Like, if I were to have a man, I am single, y'all. Hey, I'm just kidding. But it just didn't resonate with me. Like, I couldn't put everything into knowing and thinking that this was going to be the life that I was going to be living, and to be belittled and to just not be heard. That's not like what God had meant for me. So I left that faith, and I kind of was just, doing my whole astrological and tarot and, journey. I'm an Aries. Okay, I know y'all was wondering. I know I'm fly. No lie. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Fun fact. Anytime Brianna says just kidding, I'm not kidding. Those are the only times I really be serious, is when I say just kidding. But if I say something, you're like, are you being sarcastic? No, I'm being serious. I don't know. People I always thought that I was a very clear and concise communicator, but apparently I'm not, is what I'm getting and what I'm being told. But anyways. No. Circling back to whatever subject we were on. After basically, once again, putting God back on the back burner, I made a lot of mistakes, learned a lot of lessons, but I learned my lessons. Like, I can make mistakes out there in the wilderness and know that's not the part of the wilderness I want to be in. So I'm going to go to a different part of the wilderness, and then I'm going to go to a different part of the wilderness, and then I go to a different part. Anywhere out here in these streets, I'm looking to be and find a place to belong that ain't at God's table. Like, that's basically what I was doing. And, after a while, you just start feeling unsatisfied and discontent, and all the things that people are doing, they're not bringing you no joy. They're not bringing you no satisfaction. Everybody's turning up at the club, and you're kind of I don't really want to be here. I am not having fun. I'm not enjoying watching these females shake they booty things. Ain't none of it bringing me no type of joy. Like, ain't none of it. Not that I'm judging, not that I'm telling y'all what y'all should be doing. Like, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to be over there. That's not where I'm supposed to be. Like, that's just how I felt. And so I started reevaluating the things I was doing and reevaluating the circles I was putting myself in, and like doing things that actually made me feel good. And like what makes me feel good is doing things for my friends. Like, I don't need to go out with a bunch of strangers and turn up or whatever. Like, I want to have my friends come over for dinner. Like, I want to have a dinner party, and I want to decorate my house and put on this event so that my friends can feel special for all the times that they were there for me when I was down, and all the times when I didn't have nowhere to stay and I'm sleeping on their couch and I'm sleeping. Sorry, you guys, I'm going to get emotional. I literally was just homeless. Like, for the second time in my life, I was homeless 2-3 months ago. Like, I paid rent here in my apartment 3 times. So 3 months, I guess. And I came here to Texas. Like, I'm not from here. Like, I don't have nobody here. And yeah, my biological father is here, but we've always had an estranged relationship. And for most of the time of my life, he's not been a consistent person that I can rely on for anything, not even like a shoulder to cry on, not even for advice. Like, he's not walking the path that I see myself on. So what do I look like going to him for advice? Like, anyways, I have a lot of good friends, and the Lord has blessed me with so many good, solid, real, genuine friends that have cared about me throughout my life. And that is what has gotten me through so many like downfalls. Like, I didn't do this by myself. Like, yeah, I spent the age of 15 to 18 in foster care, and I emancipated from the foster care system. I was out here in these streets going to college, like no family, no parents, nobody. Like, it was just me. Like, I had to meet people and build connections with people. And for a lot of years, like, I didn't feel like I was connecting with people. People didn't understand me. People didn't respect me. People didn't like me, to be honest, because I was real standoffish. I was real cold-hearted. Like, I was real off-putting for a lot of people. Like, I'm not a friendly person. Like, don't come at me smiling with your hand out. Like, I'm not. Like, just stay away from me. Like, that's how I was. And a lot of people didn't want to be around me for a lot of years. So I spent a lot of years just alone, like, depressed, like, struggling financially, bouncing from job to job. Like, I ended up being codependent for a long time on drugs and being around people that were like literally at the bottom of the barrel. Like, not to say that they didn't have like personalities and characteristics about them that made them, like, you know, good people, but I was one of them. Like, I was one of the people that really didn't have nothing to live for, and I'm just trying to make every day go by as fast as possible. And like, by the time I looked up, y'all, it had been 9 years. 9 years of my life just like flew by. And I was like, no, it hasn't been that long. It's been maybe like 2 or 3 years. And I'm looking at the calendar like, bitch, nah, it's been 9 years. Like, get it together. It's time to get it together. Like, you're wondering why all these things are not the way they're supposed to be. Like, what are you doing with your time? Like, getting high, getting messed up, like, not doing nothing like productive. Like, yeah, you got a job, like, yeah, you paid your bills, like, but what else are you doing? Like, there's no self-care, there's no self-love, there's no gratitude, like, you know. And so after, I don't know, I can't even pinpoint the exact time in my life that was like my awakening, you know. Like, I think I had several baby awakenings, and then after like some self-reflection, I kind of like put all of those together into one. But God has blessed my life with people time and time again, and of those accounts of those people who just gave when they didn't have to. Like, they didn't know me. I was a stranger to them, and they took time out of their day. They took money out of their wallet. They took space in their own homes to give me a place to sleep. Like, that right there, like, it literally, like, I'm crying tears of joy, you guys, because, like, my own family, like, my own father, my own mother, my own aunts and cousins, like, didn't have a place for me. Like, but these strangers that didn't know me did. And that was everything to me. Like, that is where I found God in other people. Like, even if they didn't have, like, the strongest faith, and they didn't have, like, any, like, words of wisdom to give me, like, just their presence and their willingness is, like, where I saw God. Like, that's where God presented himself to me. Hey, y'all. So one good thing about this primer is, even if you cry, your makeup still gonna be fly. Hey, put me on the record saying that. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, my nose is getting stuffy. I have this protein shake here that I've been drinking, which I need to finish because it's gonna get room temperature pretty soon. I mix my protein powder. It's just like 2 or 1.5 scoops of whey protein, and it's mixed with almond milk. I like to use almond milk personally because dairy sometimes upsets my stomach, even though I'm not lactose intolerant. So I just like almond milk, and almond milk has more protein. You could use whatever you want. Use water. I don't know. I don't care. This is what I'm doing. So I worked out. So this is like my breakfast, lunch, and dinner right now. I'm going to be fasting for the rest of the day until after church this evening, where I'm going to go out to dinner with my friends. So this is just going to be so that my muscles and my bones and everything is just not straining itself. Like, you got to give yourself protein after you work out. And I found out that you will work out, you'll be doing, like, everything right, and you still won't be making no progress because you didn't have enough protein. I was reading this book. I'm still reading this book. Can't remember what it's called. I'll tell y'all later. But it's talking about... Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Talking about, like, basically how the body works in comparison to the body of Christ working in the world. And so, damn, that's a really good book, y'all. Now, I'm going to give you guys, like, one day a list of all the books I'm reading. And, basically, like, we underestimate the amount of protein our body uses. Like, yeah, we know carbs and we know sugar and sodium, but, like, I'm going to tell you right now, you are probably more 9 times out of 10 not having enough protein on a day-to-day basis. Like, you're not. Like, even if you eat meat every meal, like, you don't have enough protein in a 24-hour period for your body to completely work efficiently. Like, you just, only because I personally looked it up, like, a woman needs 52 grams of protein a day. A day. You eating a 15-piece protein piece of meat, 15 grams of protein ain't doing it, okay? 52 grams a day. Whew. So I've been, like, upping my protein. Like, even on days where I don't do 52 grams, like, I'm aware of the lack. You know what I mean? So I definitely... just being self-aware is a part of self-love too. Self-care. Like, maybe you can't afford to go spend $60 on a bucket of protein. Like, that stuff is real expensive. Like, it adds up. Like, I was gifted by one of my friends, God bless, this huge jug of protein powder. Okay? She gave it to me for free. Like, just because she didn't want it. Like, how she got it, I don't know, but it's mine now. It's so big. I've been using that protein powder for the last, like, 8 months. Like, it ain't gone away yet. Granted, I don't drink protein every day, so anyways, but whenever you can, if you gotta buy some EBT, we ain't supposed to be talking about that, I know. But anyways, get you some protein powder. That is a high recommendation. Like, from a fat girl trying to be small, like, get you some protein. Like, We ain't buff around here. Like, we ain't in the gym every day 24/7. I'm still telling you, get you some protein. Okay? Anyways. Call me Dolo. Whew. So I love my friends, y'all, and I love putting on parties for them and just buying gifts for them and just doing everything that I can for all the times where I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing to give. I didn't even have no words of wisdom. I didn't have no motivation. I didn't have no encouraging, uplifting. Like, I didn't even have really good vibes. Like, and they still was rocking with me heavy because they seen the person that I was going to be. Like, they seen who I was becoming. Like, they saw in me what I couldn't even see in myself. So I praise God for them. Like, I will name all y'all by name, but that's not the day. I'll leave that in my will, y'all, because I promise you, like, when we hit it big, y'all are gonna be in the will. Like, it ain't no doubt. Like, I got friends in Cali, I got friends in Vegas, I got friends in Texas, I got friends in St. Louis. Like, all y'all are gonna get yours, like, I promise you. But anyways, so I just, like, started changing, like, what I was doing, like, with my time. Like, I'm not going to the club. Like, I'm not. Like, I done been to the club, I ain't like it. What I'm doing this weekend is I'm gonna have a dinner party. Like, I'm gonna have a paint and sip party at my house. Like, my friends can come. Like, I'm gonna host a pool party or a barbecue. Like, we're gonna have, like, family function type vibes, but with our friends, because that's all we got. Okay? And so that's what I've been doing with my time. Like, there was a point where I did get into a relationship. Like, I've been single most of my adult life. I don't even think there's, like, a real reason why. Like, I wasn't against being in relationships. It's just the people I was meeting wasn't relationship quality type people. And, like, even though I'm not all the way together, like, I know I'm a valuable person. Like, I know, and I've always felt like more sure of myself than other people were sure of me, for sure. Like, I guess at points in my life it could be have considered cocky and, like, the negative sides of being confident. But personally, like, I was always that girl to me. You know what I mean? Regardless if you and he and she and all them all said it wasn't true, I was still walking out the house like I'm that. You know what I mean? And so, sorry, let me get a drink. If you don't already have that default energy, I don't know how to, like, tell you how to have it. Like, I can just speak for myself, you guys, okay? And the grace and the joy that comes in my heart, like, it ain't got nothing to do with my personality, y'all. This is my personality, okay? Anyways, as I catch my breath and can breathe again, I can actually talk more. So, all I did so far was my eyebrows, and I just cried, y'all. But don't I even now still look even more beautiful than I did a minute ago? Like, come on now. Come on now. And I spent a lot of time, like, trying to, like stuff down on my feelings, like, trying to, like, why do I want to say compress? Like, is that the right word? Compress my feelings? Like, suppress. I would always try to suppress my feelings. And there's parts of my life I went years without shedding a tear. Like, if something happened and it made me sad, like, as soon as my heart starts to hurt and feel anguish and sadness, like, there's a switch that flips and it turns to anger. And it's like, who are you to think that you was gonna come over here and hurt me? Like, no. Because what we're going to do is we're going to hurt you instead. Because ain't nobody hurting Bree over here. Bree do the hurting. Okay? And that's the mindset I was in for a lot of my life. And honestly, being, like, basically a foster child a young adult living the life on the road, I had to be like that way. Like, it was a defense mechanism. Like, it kept me feeling emotionally safe from people that were maybe going to manipulate me, or maybe going to, you know, try and use me for whatever, whether it be sex or whether it be money or whether it be like a place to stay. Like, I don't know. Like, I was always with my guard up. Ooh. And I follow a few different podcasters, and one of the guys, his name is Stephen Speaks. Like, I think he's probably like all these people are new. Like, I have never been like into like the social media podcast, following people online and like looking at all that stuff. Like, I guess it was the way I raised. I guess it was the life I was living. I don't know. Like, but I'm late, y'all, and I'm barely getting into it. So I've been watching Stephen Speaks, and he had said something one time that really resonated with me, and it really started changing the perspective on how I looked at situations that I had been through romantically, and like, it helped. And he said that in the Bible, like, God talks about guarding your heart. But when he says guard your heart, he's not telling you to put up walls around your heart and to block off anything that could come your way so you don't get hurt. Like, guarding your heart meant don't put up walls. Like, don't block the blessings and the love that's flowing through the world because you're scared that, oh, I'm gonna get hurt. Like, yeah, maybe that person hurt you, but that person wasn't sent from God. Like, you can't put up a wall to block everything coming this direction, because there could be love coming from that direction too. And when you put up walls, not only is love not flowing in, love is not flowing out either. And like, he said it better than I can, so maybe you want to go look up his video. Like, I don't know, but that hit me. Like, it hit me, and I was like, what? I've been having up all these walls all these years. Like, I thought that's what I was supposed to do, to guard my heart. But guarding my heart meant guard my vulnerability, you guys. Like, guard your vulnerability. Like, guard the kindness and guide the peace, or guard the peace that you have. Like, guard the gentle side of yourself. Like, nurture yourself. Like, guard your inner child. Like, don't let negative, hostile people, like living for the devil lifestyle people, take away from your goodness. Like, don't build hard walls and take away from your softness. Like, you know what I mean? That's just the best way I could put it without just repeating myself again. But that's where I'm at with it. I'm working on not having my heart so guarded, like being open. Like, I was dating, I was trying to date for a while, like, you know how they have before Christ and after Christ. Like, I like to reflect on my life as before I got baptized and after I got baptized. Granted, I've only been baptized for 3 months, y'all, but when I say that 3 years worth of work has been done in those 3 months, like, that's why I'm like, I feel like it's been a lifetime, okay? And anyways, the changes that I've seen happen within me and my friends, like, are like, dang, like, I just seen you, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you're just like changing. Like, it's like I've been changing before, but now I'm changing so much more, so faster. Like, I've had a weight problem my whole life. Like, I've always struggled with food. I've always struggled with like being active and being like sedentary in my lifestyle. Like, I have always wanted to have a more active and more, you know, fun like existence. Like, I want to go fishing. Like, I want to go hunting. I want to go on a freaking however many mile run, hike. Like, I want to do cartwheels like I used to when I was little. Like, I always loved playing outside. Like, I used to have to play outside. Like, and as I got older, like, I just didn't go outside. Like, I stayed inside. Like, I sat down, I watched TV, like, I ate my feelings, I slept, I got like messed up. Like, And so now I'm doing the exact opposite. And it ain't even like all the way my choice. Like, yeah, I know what happened when I did all those things. And yeah, I know like it didn't give me the best outcome. But when I think about like the positives of those things, like I'm still tempted, y'all. Like, I'm like, yeah, I feel like crap afterwards, but hey, you could be up for 2-3 days though, like, and you ain't gonna feel nothing but good. And then you gonna feel like crap, but then you can feel good again. Like, that's like my brain really has that chemical imbalance that like tries to mislead me, like whether that be the temptation of the devil or what, but I'm aware of it. And I still struggle with it. Like, I'm not gonna even say I don't, because the fact that the thought even popped in my head as an option, like, nah, that's a struggle for real. Because why is that even coming to my thoughts? Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, it's amazing to me what God is doing in my life. And I'm so glad to just have the opportunity to share it with you guys. And as I've dated and tried being out there and like trying to explain myself to people, which I hate explaining myself. So this podcast is like literally like gonna be it. Like, I'm gonna tell people, you have a question about that, you should go watch my podcast, because I go into full detail. You ain't even gotta ask me no questions. But sorry y'all. Anyways, yeah, like, if I tell a man I'm celibate, they want to know why. They want to have a full explanation. Like, and I told one of my homeboys, and he's like, the only reason they want an explanation is because they want to see if there's a way around it. Like, if they could figure out a way to get around it. Like, otherwise, ain't no reason to be asking. Because I've had people that I've told, and they're like, you know what? I respect that. That's your journey. I'm not going to question it. Like, I'm still down to rock with you. Like, whatever. Like, you know, like, there's some people that are real good about their communication, but just ain't looking for nothing or nobody to be tied down to. And then there's people who want to be tied down, but they want to be having premarital sex. Like, they don't want to be waiting and like courting and like doing things to make me feel like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not trying to walk the path. Like, so that's where I'm at with it. And being celibate is a part of my, you know, journey as far as my faith growing stronger and me living the life that Christ wants me to live. Like, that's it. Like, yeah, I would love to be out here getting freaky. And apparently, like, something that I struggle with is sexual addiction. Like, I'm ashamed. I am ashamed, and I'm not ashamed. Like, because what I do in the sheets, like, it's not for the public. Like, I felt like what I do behind closed doors is like personal. Like, it's for me. Like, but God is in me, and God is watching me, and God has a purpose for my life, and this life isn't for me, it's for him. And that's kind of how I started seeing things. Like, how I started seeing things that way, I'm pretty sure it was God changing the way I seen things. Like, you know, like, I know it's hard for non-believers to be like, you know what I mean, but I could just speak my truth, and you can either hear it or you can not hear it. It ain't gonna change anything over here. But for those of y'all who believe, you know, like, there's certain things that you just be like that switch went off and you're like, no, I see things like this now. Like, it is instant. Like, ain't no time lapse at all. Like, it's magical. Like, it really is magical. Anyways, I'm getting a little long-winded. Ugh. I just worked out, and I know you're supposed to rest, and I feel like I could low-key take a nap, y'all. How much longer do I have? I know we had a goal of getting fly and doing my makeup, but I'm like, if I do my makeup right now, then that means I can't take a nap, which I think I need, so I could be my most full, energized self. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go take a nap, and this is gonna be my self-love, self-care video. And then later on this evening, when I'm getting ready for church, I will tap in back with you guys and we'll just do a fun like makeup tutorial. Okay? So thanks for being patient with me, you guys, and taking the time to get to know me a little bit. And I will tap in. God bless you.